is he? He is me. Hi, I'm Rafi Redzwan. This is he. Here is my chance to share some amazing stories with some amazing people that are inspiring to me. He celebrates everyday people of everyday life. He revolves around conversations that inspire others to change the world and make a difference in life, with a little bit of laughter and a whole lot of drama. Join me for personal stories and experiences on health and healing, successes and failures, recovery and discovery, anything relatable, and anything in between. He elevates us to rise again and live our very best life. Just so you know, you are not alone. He is with you. And how do you feel about that?
Oh, pause Sekejap ada bunyi tadi. Sorry, pause sekejap. Do
Mm-mm.
you dengar bunyi
Ah,
motor tadi?
tak. Dengar
Tak.
sikit. Okay.
Dengar sikit.
I ulang balik lah tadi tu pun I pun tergetar-getar.
Okay. Alright, let me put my phone. If
Ah.
I speak like this, can you hear me, Ricky? Boleh kan?
Raja Irshad resembles a true definition of a man with dimensions. In this opening episode of He with Rafi Redzwan, Season 2, he uncovers the story behind the journey of his childhood dreams. He reveals the secret to achieving his goals and believing in his dreams. As a finalist of the Mr. World Malaysia pageant, in the running to represent Malaysia on the global stage, Raja Irshad is definitely in it to win, but whether or not is beside the question. He is willing to do whatever it takes and never gives up on his dreams. This is his story. Hi Irshad.
Hi, Riffy. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Congratulations
Oh, thank
on
you.
becoming the finalist at Mr. World Malaysia.
Oh, yes. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
How does that feel?
Oh my, Riffy, honestly, can it feels really, really amazing simply
Hmm.
because just to give you a bit of a background, it's been my childhood dream since I was 11 years old. So participating in this pageant is like, living part of my childhood dream. So I'm very excited for it.
What is your journey like participating in this competition?
Right. The journey has been actually really, really fun and also unexpected, Riffy, because
Mhm.
when the audition call started around May, I just applied, I mean, it was a childhood dream, right? But I just applied without really thinking much about it. So when I got called for the casting, that was
Mhm.
exciting. And then when I got through to become a finalist, no, that's also been really fun. So the whole journey has been very rewarding and very self-fulfilling, I would say.
Yeah. And
Mm.
speaking of childhood dream, I think when I was young,
Yes.
I also wanted to, you know, enter a pageant like this, but I'm
Ah,
short.
okay.
There's a lot of why, reason behind why I want to have you in this conversation, because you are also commercial talent. But
Right.
you are now a finalist at a pageant, which is Mr. World Malaysia, and I find it very inspiring because I saw you really groom all the way up, right?
Right.
From I know
Right.
you 15, 10 years ago maybe,
Right.
and I see that you are very driven in what you're doing, and I really see you achieve what you achieve.
All right. Well, thank
So
you for saying that, Rafi. Thank you.
yeah, and I really admire that because at times, I mean, even at this age, I always feel like I want to give up. So I
Oh,
see the notion in you that you are very well driven, and I want to discover what is the meaning of the will to never give up, according to you.
all right, Rafi. To me, right, the will to never give up is basically like, the determination to continue achieving my dreams, despite all the initial failures. To just keep going until I achieve my dreams. So that's what it means to me.
How do you encounter failure? How does it feel like being a failure sometimes?
All right. So I guess if you had asked me this question when I was younger, I would say it is very difficult because I take it I take it to heart, because when I do something, right, I want to be the best at it and I want to be good at it. So
Hmm.
if and when I do fail, I do feel very sad, and it does, it makes me feel down, like, to be really
Yeah,
honest, for
yeah.
quite a while. However, right after, over the years of growing up, I feel that it gets a lot easier. To me now, I look at failure as basically just, like a part of the routine.
Hmm.
Uh,
It is
so
part of
because
the process, right? It's part of
part
a
of the
process.
process, correct,
If you don't
correct.
understand that is part of the process, it's going to really bring you down.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And you will be stuck in that sad rut for a long, long
Mm.
time. Correct.
Especially when you do work like the commercial talent
Oh, yeah.
work. It is, I think it's very competitive, and also you get to hear criticism even from the director themselves. I just want to share this with you. When I was
Right.
younger, I wanted to, do something like you do.
Okay. Okay.
I got an uncle who was a commercial talent as well. He did for Marlboros and whatnot. But then when I got called to this casting, I got rejected. I got
Oh.
rejected for being too sissy. I got
Oh,
really,
right.
yeah, I got really sad and really, really disappointed. And my dad and my youngest brother got the role.
Oh, I see. Well, Rafi, I'm very sorry to hear. And then what
Yeah.
happened after that? After that, that first
Uh,
rejection, did you continue on
no,
or?
of course not. I gave up.
Oh, no.
So,
Okay.
and seeing you in numerous commercials, well-known and prominent commercial from, really uh, good brands and companies, I think
Right.
I'm sure that in that experience, you may have some, gone through really difficult challenges along with it, like rejection and failures and
Oh,
not getting the role. Yeah. How did you get
right.
started in commercial talent?
Okay, for me, Rafi, right? I when I was let me see, it was in 2015. I think when I was 26
Mm-hmm.
years old. This freelance agent just contacted me via Facebook message to ask me if I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested to join or to go for casting for a particular for an ad. And I remember that first time it was for
Yeah.
Milo, so that was
Yeah.
how I got started. But I did not get that Milo job.
Mm-hmm.
And soon after, like maybe a day or two later, he texted me again to ask me to go for another casting, which then I got. It was for Hotlink Academy
Mm-hmm.
Fantasia.
I
But
see.
Refi,
Uh-huh.
even though, so the difference between you and I is that, in your case, in your first try, you got rejected and then you stopped, right? In
Stop.
my
Yeah.
case, even though my second try, I got it. However, Refi, after that, I got so many rejections
Mm-hmm.
until my next job the following year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I believe like in 2015 I went to close to to almost 100 castings after that Academy
Mm-hmm.
Fantasia job, and
Mm-hmm.
I never got a single one.
How did you cope with that?
All right. I guess initially, like I told you, right, because when I was younger, I felt really sad because I thought, I thought, oh, I got one commercial, so now it should be easy, right? I should be
Mm-mm.
booking more jobs, and I was feeling, excited. But when that didn't happen, I did feel very, very sad, and how do I say, it bothered me for a bit. However, at some point in that time, I reminded myself that, given that I had this opportunity this one time. I'm sure if I just, keep going for all these castings, that it will come back again. So that's what I
Mm-mm.
kept telling myself eventually after feeling sad. And that
Yeah.
was my mindset to just continue going for castings. And yeah, so it was the same, Refi, just to let you know, 2016, only one job. 2017, also only one job. Only
Mm-mm.
3 years later in 2018 that it became more frequent.
Yes. And then in the meantime of all that job that you're doing, you
Right?
also had other jobs. I
Yes,
think,
I did.
yeah,
Correct.
I think we should admire that too, because you're not just doing commercial talent jobs. You weren't working in a corporate ladder, and
Yes, I
then
was.
you also do other gigs
Yes, like
like
musicals and theater. Correct, correct.
yes, musicals
Yes.
and theaters, and then you also do some freelance work,
Yeah.
and it seems to me that you never stop.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Because if I can share with you, kan Rify,
Mm,
I guess
mm.
it's like when people say don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because yeah, because if I were to have done that, let's say if I just depended on my
Uh,
commercials and I never got anything, it
uh-uh.
was really going to bring me down, right? So
Yes. Yeah.
I thought of diversifying my risk by doing different
Yeah.
things.
Do you think all this experience then will take you to do acting, maybe? Like,
Yeah, I guess you can say that, one
yeah,
fine day, that is not, I would say it's not my main goal, but it would be nice, to maybe be involved in a movie or a TV show. Yeah, that
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
the past experiences would have groomed me, I guess you can say,
Mm-mm.
for that
What's
role.
your apart other than that? What's your career like? Why do shift from you are an accountant, right? As
Yes,
I
correct.
graduate,
Yes, I was
accountant.
an accountant before.
Can you share me that journey? Like,
Because I graduated in accounting, business, finance, and management. I came back from the UK and became an accountant, right? So
mm-hmm,
I like the work, I like the subject. However, I felt that after a while being in corporate, I felt that I needed to have a different aspect of life apart from just going to the office from 9 to 5.
yeah,
So work wise, it was a normal 9 to 5 job, but I just wanted something more out of life, and that was why I actually first started with musicals and theater.
mm-hmm,
After doing that was when I got the opportunity to be involved in commercials and advertisements. So I guess you can say those interests of mine was like a form of escapism from the reality of working life.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
were in a theater also, right? I remember you
Yes,
were
I was. I
acting in a
was.
theater. Yeah,
I
in
was
theater.
in theater
And
with
and
KL Pack. Yeah.
KFAC, yes. And how
Mm-mm.
all of that decisions you have made in your life has brought to where you are today and how it has impacted your life positively.
Right. All right, Rafi. Whoa, that's an interesting
Yeah.
question. Okay, I would say in short, lah, Rafi.
Mm-hmm,
I believe that all the decisions I've made in the past have definitely positively impacted my life, and
mm-hmm.
I feel that it has also led me to be where exactly I want to be today, which is basically in this Mr. World Malaysia pageant.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if I
yeah,
can continue on it, I feel like if I can just give you like a brief summary of my decisions, right? So like,
yeah.
my decision to accept the education scholarship to study in the UK, to come back to Malaysia, to serve my scholarship bond, to venture into like musicals, theatre, commercial and advertisement work. And then while doing that as well, I was also getting involved with charity bazaars and organizing them at work. And then
Mm-hmm,
after my corporate job, I left Malaysia to move to Singapore, became a cabin crew with Singapore Airlines, and then becoming a barista and a life insurance agent. I feel
mm-hmm.
that all of my careers and interests have definitely prepared me for my current journey for Mr. World Malaysia, simply because it has all ultimately, right, I would say, improved and perfected my Malaysian hospitality trade.
Mm-hmm.
I would say is I strongly feel that it is my unique selling point in this Mr. World Malaysia pageant.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and and can you describe what Malaysian hospitality means to you?
All right, that's nice. Okay. To me, right, Rafi, Malaysian hospitality is when a person can make another person, feel at home and feel comfortable with, their presence. Yes,
Mm-hmm,
and then in my opinion, I feel that Malaysian hospitality ni is something that is very unique to us Malaysians, and given that my experience of studying and working abroad for a while, I really
mm-hmm.
feel that no other nation can replicate it.
So you plan
Yeah.
to bring the tagline Malaysian hospitality to the international stage
Yes, correct.
and
Yes, that is the
really,
plan.
and show yourself as being Malaysian, what Malaysian
Yes,
is all about.
what
Yeah.
Malaysian is all about. Correct. Yes, yes.
And you also said that you were also a cabin crew. I had no
Yes.
idea. Oh my God,
Oh,
you
you
are.
didn't?
You,
Okay.
I had no idea that you're a cabin crew. How is it? How is that like?
Oh
And
my.
that's
Okay.
like my dream job too.
Oh wow, really? I see. I see. I guess it was fun. I guess it was completely different from what I've been doing my whole life in a sense of the work. But I think one thing that was very common and the same with all my jobs is that it always involved interacting with customers and
Mm-hmm.
other people,
Mm.
and just being pleasant in that sense. But
Yes.
it was fun, Rifi, to travel around the world, and then to just wear the uniform, and then get to say I'm from Singapore Airlines. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they always said this, Refi, when we were working. Somehow,
Yeah.
for some weird reason, right? Whenever we put on our Singapore Airlines uniform, it's like a, how do I say? It's like a superpower. We just feel so,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
excited to do our job, and we're just, we try to be as pleasant as possible at all times in that uniform. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's being said that I think Malaysian known to also have one of the best cabin crews in the world.
Yes,
And yeah,
correct.
what is the most challenging part in this competition?
The challenging part of this competition is in this pageant, yeah, for Mr. World.
Yeah, yeah.
All
What
right.
is it? What
Okay.
is it? How, like I'm sure, it's like I said, it's very competitive seeing other people, other finalists there. Like, do you feel you're gonna win? Do you feel you can win? Do you feel down at times to see that, oh my God, this guy is better than me. Oh my God, this guy is, oh my God, he's, what is it like?
Oh, right, Rafi. Okay. Oh, that's a very fun question as well. Okay. Um, I would say, to be really honest, right, when I first got the call to come, I know to be a finalist, I was excited, and we had to do our first photo shoot, right? And that was the time that I think I felt a little bit down, because when I managed to see all the other finalists, I noticed and realized that one thing that was bothering me was, they all had nice physiques, and
Mm-hmm.
I just had a very average physique, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
initially got me down, and I thought, oh my, how am I going to do this? How am I going to move forward? However, again, this is what I always try to do. Whenever I feel down, I want to solve the problem. I want to solve the issue, because I don't like feeling down, right? And I don't want to give up,
Mm-hmm.
because this is my childhood dream. So I
Yeah.
quickly, I allowed myself to feel the sadness for a little bit, and then I quickly, came up with solutions on how to overcome that. So I quickly signed myself up for a gym and started
Mm-hmm.
going, for exercising. I started back my swimming, to just have, a decent and competent, ready body for the competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by doing that first action, right, it made me realize that, no, because this is my childhood dream, I cannot allow myself to feel sad or to doubt myself. I need to believe with my whole heart that I am going to win this, in order for me to continue achieving it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
yeah.
then I also saw a bit of the clips here and there that I think
Right.
this Malaysia, Mr. World Malaysia, the Mr. World itself has
Right.
changed. I think I've seen it. It's almost like a bodybuilding competition. Like
Right.
everybody have to like, really look buff and tough. But now it's like I think they are celebrating all kinds of men.
Yes, I would
Can
agree with you,
they?
Rafi. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
do.
noticed that. I noticed that. Like, there's diversity and inclusion going around, obviously, then
Right?
from the Mr. World that I know. And then when I saw you becoming the finalist, I'm like, wow, times has changed, and this is a really good progress to actually celebrate all kinds of men.
Correct, that is true, Rafi. Because like with Mr. World Malaysia this year, right? They have this tagline which reads as "Man with Dimensions," which
Yeah.
I just am so excited that they decided to use that as a tagline, because it's true, right?
Mm-mm.
Traditionally, men have, men with people have always deemed men to be, masculine, or men as a man when they just have a nice face and a nice body. But with
Mm-mm.
the moving times, I believe that you're right. It's more progressive, it's more inclusive, and
Yeah.
it's very obvious that man comes in, all shapes and sizes and forms and
Yeah.
capabilities as well. Yeah.
Yes, and especially I understand why having a fit body is important. It shows that you take care of yourself. You
Correct.
are
Yes.
healthy, looking
Healthy.
healthy. I think that's
True.
why
True.
I think that is still part of the sort of the requirement in what they are looking for.
Right.
Um, Leading to this competition,
Yes.
I can foresee that you will probably be exposed to a lot of attention. And would
Right.
you be ready for this kind of fame and this kind of madness?
Wow. Wow. Madness. Okay.
Will you be ready for those kinds of attention and the not everything is constructive criticism. Some can be damaging. Are you ready for that sort of fame?
Right. Okay. With regards to fame, or let's just say, being put in the spotlight, right? I guess,
Uh-uh.
I would say lah, my experiences, with regards to musicals, theater, and also like the commercial advertisement talent work have, I guess, slowly prepared me for this, in the sense that I do feel comfortable being in the spotlight. And I'm not shy. I'm not scared, and I don't dislike it. I'm okay with it. If it comes, that's great.
Mm-mm.
If it doesn't come, that's fine too. Because I want to say that my main goal was never to become famous, right? It was always to just achieve my dream. But if
Mm.
fame and popularity comes with it, I accept it with open arms.
Yes.
And the second bit, when you asked about criticism, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So like I said, if I was younger, maybe 5, 10 years ago, I would not be good in handling criticism, because it really tears me down. But today, after so after especially after COVID, right? I again, I I don't take what people say to heart. It's more like, if it's something positive and something constructive, I will take into consideration and try to improve, whatever I'm doing. But if it's nothing of those nature, I just, let it go into one ear and let it go out to another ear. And also, living in this day and age with social media, I've
Yeah.
also learned to just not read comments.
Have
Just
you
better not.
have you experienced anything of that sort, being condemned or
Right.
negatively? Yeah.
Personally, okay, when I post something on my social feed, thank God nothing has been negative. But
Mm-mm.
when it's like being posted by, different parties or somebody else, I have read some, unpleasant comments. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I said, from that point onwards, I said I don't want to read anymore. Knowing that someone is
Right?
putting photos or videos of me, that's fantastic. But I will not go deeper to read comments, because it's okay.
Yeah.
People can have their own opinions. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can protect myself by just not having to read them if they're negative. Yeah, in that
That's
sense.
something I think I'm very scared of. I think at some point,
Oh,
as
right.
you know, when I started this podcast, well, I mean, I haven't gone that far to have someone to actually write about me. But if that were to happen, I don't know if I want to read it or not. But sometimes
Right, right.
reading it will tell you something, make you improve along the way. But I think most of the time, if it's very damaging to you, I don't think you should read it.
Correct. I cannot. I definitely agree with you
Mm.
there, Rafi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also again, if I can just say like one more thing, right? This was something, along the lines that the current Mr. World, who's Mr. England, right, in 2019,
Mm.
he said
Mm.
something about this when he joined the competition, the pageant in Mr. World. Like, a
Mhm.
lot of pageant enthusiasts, had like their predictions and whatnot, and he
Mhm.
pointed out that it was a very fun experience, in the sense that you just get to see who which contestants are being predicted to win and not. But he also mentioned that there are moments that perhaps this pageant enthusiast does not really know the contestants well enough. They just know from what they see on social media, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right. And I guess so from him saying that, I take the lesson that that is true. When people also give you negative comments, to a huge extent, they don't know who you are yet. They do not know your
yeah.
capabilities. They do not know what you go through. I cannot blame them, because they don't know me. So I don't take it to heart.
And the fact that they write something about you just on on the surface of your social media or where they see you,
Right.
I think it's a little bit unfair. So I think for anyone to make a judgment about something based on hearsay,
They say, or what they, yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's fair. But that's how it works sometimes,
Yes, with social
and
media, when you
yeah.
expose yourself, you expose to the good and to the not so good, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly. It is part of the process too. It's the
yes,
nature, the
correct,
business
correct.
of the business. So, do you think you can you speak a bit about Mr. World, or like when it started and whatnot? Because I've always known Miss World. So is
Right.
Mr. World and okay, is Mr. World and Miss World the same from the same organizer?
Organization. Yes,
Yeah,
they are. They are. They
Julie
are.
Morley
Julia
from the
Morley.
same Julia
Yes.
Morley. Okay.
Uh-uh.
And do you get the same like if you do win Mr. World, kan? Is it the same like Miss World? Like you go around and promote your advocacy, your
Advocacy.
work. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's the
Same,
same.
huh?
It's the
It's
same.
the same.
Yeah. It's exactly
Yeah.
the same. And then like macam they would joint venture like the Mister and the Miss World will work together for a particular
Mm-mm.
cause or go for events together in that sense. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Wow, this is a really, really interesting competition to be in.
It is. It
Kan?
is.
Mm-mm. And then I look at all the other finalists. I'm like, oh my God, semua best-best juga. Like,
Ah, yeah.
kan? Semua very
It's a handsome.
competitive. Very competitive.
Correct,
Lepas tu,
correct.
like, um, we really have to pick, like, I think it's going to be very difficult to also select
The final winner.
the
Betul?
the final
Yeah.
winner.
So,
Yeah. What is your aspiration in life?
my aspiration in life. All right. Oh, okay. Another fun
Yeah.
question. My
Okay.
aspirations in life.
Is to
Okay.
be happy, you know?
Well, is to be happy was one of it, but then when COVID
Yeah,
happened,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had to.
yeah,
But if I'm not wrong,
yeah.
it's a quote from Beyonce, right?
Again,
Yeah,
that's why I said it because
yes. Yes, yes. If you had asked me
okay,
that question,
yeah,
before COVID, yes, that would be my
yeah,
aspiration in life.
okay. So, what is your aspiration in life now? What is your aspiration in life now?
In life. Okay, right now I would say I would like to be an inspiration to other people because regards to let me if I can say can like I
Mm.
mentioned, right, this has been my to join a pageant is my childhood dream since I was 11 years old because of the movie Miss Congeniality, right? So my
Mm-hmm.
11-year-old self dreamt of this moment, and lo and
Yeah.
behold, like 22 years later it's partially coming through because I am in a pageant for Mr. World Malaysia 2022. And I guess I want to share my story with people, or when people get to know about my story, I want them to go, oh my, if he can do something like that and it took him 22 years, why can't I? You know,
Yes. Yeah.
so I guess I want people to at least feel inspired or to feel excited about their own dreams and goals when they maybe hear my story or know a bit more about me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 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 And talking about COVID, I think COVID has really changed us all in so many ways. Yeah.
Yes,
and
definitely.
and and in a good way and some also in a bad way, but
Yes.
in your story, I think you want to be able to inspire people through this competition, and then
Yes.
hopefully anyone that's listening to your story can be inspired, and inspired by it, and achieve their goals by just listening to this story. And what is your what do you hope from this uh participating in this competition?
Oh, right. What do I hope from this? Well, if Rafi, I guess the easiest
Do you,
answer is of
do
course
you,
I hope to win.
yes, yes, that's what I want to hear.
I
It's the
see, but
will to never give up, and it's just you want to win. Yeah,
correct. I
yeah,
definitely want to win because I
yes.
feel that it's been like I guess I can simply say I've been preparing for this moment ever since I
Mm,
had that dream,
mhm.
and subconsciously or consciously I both ways I have just been working towards being who I am today and where I am today.
Yeah,
And yeah, I really, really, really do want to win, and I really, really do also want to inspire people with my story.
and I hope you do win.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Refi. I do too.
I cannot wait to see what you'll wear.
Ooh, neither can I. I still haven't
No,
done. I'm still waiting for
yeah,
the first fitting. I'm excited too.
yeah. If I were in the competition, I wear a nice big gown.
Nice. What color would it be? What
I
color?
think I think it would be red.
Red. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Good choice.
I
Good
want
choice.
I want a big a big arms, wings in the back.
All right. Okay. Fabulous. Fabulous.
And I'm like, look at me, world.
Well, yes, here I
I'm
am.
coming, bitch. Okay, I cannot wait to see how you will answer them. I think this will be really interesting to watch.
Right.
Um,
Right. Thank
yeah.
you.
And what can you share? What can we learn from this? Like from you participating in this competition, uh, what is your message to anyone who's involved, and perhaps anyone who wants to do what you do, and share also your valuable lessons in this journey?
Journey. Okay. Um, I guess first thing first, can Rifi. There's this one principle that I hold in life for the longest time because my mom taught me since I was young. She told me that if I ever want to achieve anything I want in this lifetime, I will need to always believe in myself. So, to say that, I would say that is the most lesson that I would like to share, that you need to
Mhm.
believe in yourself, to believe in your dreams, to believe in your goals, despite what other people say and think, because you are your own person. You've lived your whole life, so you know what you want, you know what you're good at, you know what you're weak at. So always just believe in yourself that you can achieve your dreams. All right,
Mhm.
and then following from that, because I mentioned, right, despite what people say and think, also every now and then catch yourself back if this ever happens, but never allow other people's validation, other people's opinions of you to define your self-worth. Because people can say 1,001 things, right? But like I mentioned, if you believe in yourself, you know yourself 100%, what people say or do to you will not affect your goal and your efforts to achieve your goal. That's for
Yes.
sure. And another thing to follow up on the second one as well, right? Once you
Mhm.
have gotten that to that point, also at any point in life, and this applies to everything, not just goals and whatnot, but every aspect of life, never, ever, ever, ever let anyone make you feel something that you don't want to feel. We have the
Yes.
power to stop them from doing so, or we have the power to not let them make us feel what we don't want to feel. So take yourself out of that situation and go do your thing. Believe in yourself and just go and achieve your goal and dreams.
Yes. And never give up and
And
wanting to
definitely never
grow.
give up. Yes,
Yeah.
because one day
Yeah.
it will come true and you will be so happy that you waited for it to come true.
Yeah.
So just hang
You
in there.
are living proof. I think watching you, like I said, I think watching you really grow and just see what you have achieved is inspiring to me, and I find it very proud to know you as well, and see how much you've gone, how far you've gone, and all the best.
Oh God, thank you so much, Rafi, for
Yeah.
saying those kind words.
Yeah.
It's so touching to know that someone else apart from myself can say that. So I really thank you for that.
And
Thank
I hope
you.
you win, and when you do win, don't forget me.
Of course, no. Oh my God, for doing, like, you're one of the first people I'm gonna thank, because, like, for giving me this opportunity to speak out of,
Don't forget
yeah.
me. You may be a movie star after this. You may be gracing covers of magazine.
Wow,
I think
amin
you
lah,
probably
amin.
become, the featured, artist or something. What do you call that? Yang you must leading art, leading cast, yeah.
Leading
Leading,
cast, yeah.
leading
Main cast, main
cast.
cast.
Main cast kan? in uh, in high budget punya
Of
commercial ke.
movies, macam,
Oh my
oh,
god, yeah.
amin.
I'm
Amin.
so looking forward to it. Okay,
Me
Irshad,
too.
thank you so much. Yeah, all the
Thank
best
you,
once
Refi.
again.
Thank you very
Once again,
much.
what? Thank you for listening to He. A new episode is available every Thursday, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We'd love to hear from you. Follow me on social media at Rafi Ridzwan and at He Podcast for all the updates and behind the scenes. Once again, thank you for listening to He with Rafi Ridzwan.